Hi there everyone, it's Lane from LA Photography, and in this video I'm actually going to give you some pointers on how to get the best possible photo of yourself when you are actually in strong sun. Now, for a lot of people, these videos of how to take better selfies in this situation or in that situation aren't going to be necessary, and in fact some people may consider them to be vain or self-centered or something along those lines. But the fact is, for many professionals, we do need to make sure that if we are on location somewhere taking a photo of ourselves, we want to make sure that we can get the best possible photo of ourselves that we can, especially if we are relying on an iPhone. Now, even though I'm a professional photographer, when I'm working on location, the iPhone is just simply one of the easiest tools for me to whip out and either do a video such as this or photos of myself. And a lot of people will be in the same situation. This video is also going to help people who may be traveling and may want that one really nice photo of themselves at the place that they have been wanting to visit for however long, and however long they've spent saving to go there. I remember when I went to New York in 2013 and my iPhone camera wasn't working, and I came back with no good photos because they were all blurred, and it was just so disappointing, especially being that I am a professional photographer. It was just so heartbreaking to have gone to one of my favorite cities in the world and come back without any good photos. So looking at me right now, you can already see what's wrong with this picture if you've had a time to have a look at this. Firstly, down there you'll see a big strong harsh shadow of myself. So I think I mentioned it's about 9:30 in the morning, and already the sun is quite strong. The other thing is, on the right side I've got far more shadow, and on this side I've got the contrasty hot spots. So it means that it's not going to make for a particularly great photo overall, especially if you've got these black harsh shadows. And basically all that you can do is just move around and try and find the best spot for yourself. And here it looks like a much better spot because it's more evenly lit. When you are in a strong sun situation, you are actually better off trying to find a neutrally lit or even a little bit of a shady spot in the area. And the reason that I say that is because if you're using your iPhone, you will obviously have the adjustments where you can increase the exposure, lift up the shadows, change the saturation, etc. So by being in a little bit of a shaded area, that's not going to be too much of a problem, because you know that once you've taken that photo, you can do some basic editing. So the most important thing is, before you're taking the photo, is just having a little bit of a look around at the screen. You'll see what's not going to look flattering in the photo, such as this really harsh shadow that's just crossing my shoulder there and at the back. So it's just a matter of finding where that's actually going to be eliminated. There, the shadow's moving under my chin more, so it is actually a little bit hard. Sometimes you might have to do a lot of moving around before you find that right spot. And of course, sometimes you're just taking a photo simply for the sake of having a photo, and if that's the case, then all of this can be ignored. But these are tips, and these are the steps that I would actually follow if I was actually doing this photo for myself. This is actually quite an extensive bit of a garden bed here. So if I was actually taking this photo for myself, I would be walking along and having a look at the screen and making sure I'm in more of a shady area rather than an area where I'm going to be half shaded, half contrasty, because then it's going to be, one, more flattering, and two, I'll be able to make basic adjustments after the photo has been taken. So it is often believed that taking a photo in the bright sun is going to be better, but often it's actually going to make things worse, especially if you are actually taking a photo pointed towards the sun, and that's actually how silhouettes are created. So if you want a nice brighter photo, make sure that sometimes people do want the sun in the background with the photo, but just be aware that a silhouette effect will start to happen, and hopefully not so much that you can't make adjustments on the iPhone, but just be aware it's much better to be facing your camera away from the sun. I hope that helps everybody in taking better photos when you're out in the bright sun. I think it is definitely relevant to people who are traveling, because often it's during our winter that we want to escape and go to the countries where it's nice and warm, and that's where we're likely to be taking photos and taking selfies of ourselves out and about enjoying our holidays. Have a great day, everyone.